think we live. So, put my music on.
Christmas.
No, that's what it is.
That's Christmas, man.
Hold on, my bad. I thought it was some laid back chill, Barry White type beat.
Yeah, it's okay. I like Christmas, Like,
I thought we were going to go boom, 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 boom. Oh, no, this for you, Joe.
there we go. Welcome back to another exciting episode.
We've been here somewhere.
Somebody playing that on their phone?
Yeah, let me turn it. My bad. So we're here, y'all. Welcome to our second episode of Real Spill 101. We're in the house, just going to talk about real issues. So we want to just, introduce someone that we have with us first before we get started. Someone who's been very kind to us, very generous. I'm not going to say his name. I'll let you hear his name because he can benefit you as well. So how you doing, sir?
Doing great. So I'm Pixel Joe, and I own this lovely studio that we got here in the beautiful town of Huntsville. And man, I'm so glad that y'all decided to come on board and start your podcasting dreams and stuff like that. And it's exciting.
Yeah, it's good.
It's exciting.
It's good to be here. So he's Pixel Joe's. Where are you located?
Just right at the end of Weisberg Drive in South Huntsville. So right next to the Goodwill and in between the Goodwill and a vacant gas station.
Right. Yeah.
Which we love that it's vacant because that's extra parking for us.
Right. Yeah,
so it can stay closed. I would like to get snacks over there though. Yeah. That'd be great, or ice.
Right.
Ice for our events.
Right. Actually, you all, whenever it's raining and we pull up in the parking lot, Joe comes to your vehicle with an umbrella.
Yeah. Sometimes if you're lucky, if I'm in good spirits that day.
Right.
But like I know how it is when like you're getting out of your car and stuff. Even if you have an umbrella, like you'll still get pretty drenched. And man, it was pouring that day. It was pouring. I was like, man, we got visitors and stuff coming in. I was like, I don't want them to be soaking wet the entire meeting. So, I was like, you gotta keep them dry.
Yeah. We got Pixel Joe in the studio. So anybody podcast dreams, he has more than just podcasts. He has everything. He has photography. He has certain things you can do events with. He's a very top-notch, I would say 5-star studio.
Ooh, 5-star.
Oh, yeah, I've seen his videos. I've seen his work. He's humble.
We love content creators, and, we love doing business with them. So even if you're a videographer or a photographer or a podcaster, you're not in competition with us. Well, we want to work as a team and collaborate so that we can all feed off of each other, influence, and I mean, I can't tell you how many other people that I've, other photographers that I've reached out to, and I'm like, man, how do you do that? And like we sit down or we'll do a shoot together, and then like I can learn that trait, and they learn from me as well. So it's a collaboration. So I know my name's on the building, but this is the content creation hub of Huntsville, and we want you to come here and create your content.
Yes. So. Well worth it. I'm not going to give numbers out, but I will say it's well worth it. Very affordable prices and you get top-notch quality on everything that you do that you have. So thank you.
Yeah.
I just wanted to just bring Joe on so you all can see the beautiful black brick wall behind us.
I'm going to go make some content now.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
So we have this is Michaela. She's gonna be with us today,
y'all.
and so we're gonna be having real talk with her. This is Messon. Messon is a long time friend of mine. Been knowing Messon for a long time. He's gonna be able to tell you more about himself later. But this is Isaiah. So tell us about yourselves. Start with Michaela. Tell us about you, Michaela. Who are you?
Well, I am Michaela Battle. I am from, I'm going to say Huntsville. I don't want to rep Decatur, but I'm going to say Huntsville. I'm 27. I got 4 beautiful girls walking in the truth and living my best life and not like the world say.
Right. Do you go to school?
Oh, yeah, I do go to school. I'm pursuing my degree in early childhood education and early childhood special education. I got 3 more years and I'll be good to go. Other than that, I'm helping out, working, with different businesses and whatever I can get myself active in.
You pursuing to be an entrepreneur as well, right? With your own business.
Oh yeah. My plan is when I do graduate to open my own school for children who don't want to take this COVID-19 shot, whatever the government is trying to make us put in our bodies. I'm going to make a school where kids can come and be free and you don't have to worry about, polluting their bodies or doing what the government says because it'll be on my time.
Hey, absolutely. Nice.
That's good. Hey, who are you, sir? How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
All right.
My name is Mesfin Anderson, a childhood friend of Carrie Battle and part of Hob Love Ministries.
Okay. Mesfin Anderson.
Yeah.
And of course, you already know Isaiah B.
Shalom.
So Isaiah B is the commentator. What kind of commentator are you, Isaiah B?
What kind of commentator?
Yes, sir.
The real issue commentator. I'm also known as Funk Shuize because I bring the funk, and I'm Schwavy with it. You got to bring the funk with the truth. I've heard that you got to bring the good news and the bad news at the same time, so you can't just deliver one at the same time. You got to just be blunt. So that's what kind of commentator I am. Blunt, no marijuana.
You said blunt, no marijuana. So you are the real truth commentator.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm Carrie Battle. I'm Carrie Battle, and I'm known on the podcast. You all as the wisdom commentator. You just try to give a little wisdom out, just real life, wisdom. Again, today's topic, y'all, we're gonna deal with finances, premarital sex, endurance and effort, and then we're gonna deal with why Hebrew men or African American men pressures are not strong in the home. So feel free on here to give you all's comments in the comments. We'll make sure to be able to read and respond to you all as well. And then subscribe, share this podcast to your friends. Share it. Let's go live. Let's go viral. Let's go wide so we can talk real life issues. Let us be the voice, to be able to get into the communities to be able to tell what you're talking about. Because some folks don't like to open their mouth. Some folks don't want to cause no trouble. They don't want no controversy. They don't want to offend anybody. Well, I'm with the smoke. I believe in telling the truth, at all costs. Sometimes people are afraid to speak up, tell the truth. But I think a closed mouth is a wicked person.
Yeah.
When you know how to help somebody, when you know how to give understanding and wisdom to lead somebody a better way, but yet still you choose to shut your mouth. I think that's selfish. And so we choose to open our mouths and be able to speak and tell the truth.
That's right.
So that being said, Isaiah's going to give you our sponsor for the day, and then he's going to give us a little word or something of poetry or whatever. Then we're going to dive into the subjects.
All right. Shalom, shalom. This section of our show is a sponsorship section, and our sponsor for the day is Phil Stone in Richfield Springs, New York. They are 20 minutes from Cooperstown, which is a Hall of Fame baseball place. So if you go down there and you're a baseball fan, that is a perfect place for you, and it's only 20 minutes away from the place that you're staying. Also, when you go to this resort, you have access to a pond, you have access to a game room, you have access to a store where you can have anything. You can fish, you can put your boat on that pond, you can have a good time with your family. They also have cabins up on the hill where you can chill with your family in peace and in quietness, or what I like to say, shalom. Or you can come down the hill and stay in the townhouses and chill with everybody there. Also, so if you want to stay there, feel free to call 888-353-3276 to find out the rates and reservation, and also visit fieldstonefarmsresort.com so you can see what all they offer. So you don't have to just take my word for it, because I've been there. I want you to go see it yourself. Walk by faith, not by sight. You heard what I said. Go check them out.
Right. Fieldstone Resort is in Richfield Springs, New York. Yeah, it's about an hour and a half from Albany, New York. Probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours from Syracuse, New York. It's a very, very, very nice place. I've stayed there on about 3 times now. Right by Cooperstown, where the Baseball Hall of Fame is. It's a tourist attraction. It's very nice, quiet living. And the prices are very affordable. I recommend that to anyone who's traveling, wants to do family vacations. We have the website as well as the phone number. So please, give them a call. Check them out.
And they also have a college town down the street called Oneonta. So if you're any college students or you want to go visit or scout a college, feel free to stay at Fieldstone Farms and drive 45 minutes and go see the college town that they have. It's a nice pop-in shop. They have storefront venues and all that for you to go check out. So, hey, any college students, go check them out.
Right. Yes. It's very, very nice. And also, the show has been sponsored as well again by, Pest King LLC, Pest Control. Well, we did the best battle your pest. Give us a call. Phone number to the business is 256-566-9791. And also our podcast is www.pest-king.com. At the best battle your pest. So give us a call, so we can come take care of you. So with that being said, Isaiah, what you got for us?
I got something for y'all called Hiatus. All right? It's going to be a cappella, but y'all just listen. I'm not going to go too fast, but I'm going to go a right speed. But I want to look up the lyrics. So we're going to do something different also. It's going to be a spoken word instead of a rap. And catch everything that I'm saying. Hiatus. Okay, I'm finally off this hiatus. Yahuwah gave me weight, so every little step I take, I'm causing craters. No Bobby Brown or Whitney. I got to be real. I was depressed because of Britney. But the weight lifted off of my chest, I felt the shifting. So I'm applying faith and pressure. Going faith to faith, but I started as a measure. I thought I could do it on my own, but I buckled. Eating this feast of pies that continues to humble me as a person. I remember the day that my sins washed away because immersion, that beautiful dispersion between the flesh and the spirit. Day of Yahuwah is nearing. Look out for the trumpets because I hear them. But back to my point, I took a break like Kit Kat. I had to get away. Everybody get back. I was a leper. See, Yahuwah had to retether his creation. I know I had many violations. I had to be patient and my body was feeling vacant because of the blatant alternate route that I was taking. Made me realize I was faking. Nothing was shaking but hell hot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's a no-brainer. He performed his miracles like I was at Cana. I'm singing like Raina. Ruach HaKodesh is my trainer, storing up payments. I thought I had to lame it to the point I had to take a hiatus. Hiatus.
Hiatus. What did it say? That was good. That was very good. So our first topic of today, we're dealing with premarital sex.
Oh.
That's a touchy subject, huh?
Yeah.
So what's your viewpoint on premarital sex?
For me, I'm gonna say when I was in the world, my view on that was I had the free will to do whatever I wanted with my body because it was my body, and couldn't nobody tell me what to do with it.
Right.
But now that I have chose to walk a different path, I believe that I'm supposed to keep my body as a clean vessel, so that I could be an example to other women, children who may be experiencing these things with premarital sex, so that they can know that they are valuable and worth something. Even men too, valuable and worth something. I believe you shouldn't give your body away because you don't know who else that person was giving their body away to. So you opening up a whole lot of gateways to a whole lot of different things.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but you you said before you changed your life. Mm-hmm. So you said you felt your body was really you could do anything you want with your body. Mm-hmm. So, like, what was your mindset? Because you got a lot of people these days and times who really don't. We have people say, well, having sex before you get married is wrong. Right. But a lot of folks don't know that. They don't know that. They don't understand that you can't just necessarily go try to put the Bible on them because
that's not what they understand.
Right. And then, you can't just try to throw religion at them because life shouldn't be about a religion.
Yeah. Right.
So you got to be able to. So how do you deal with that mentality of that young lady? Because you are a young lady. How you deal with that mentality with her mind? Because you know where that mind be at.
And you want to know before I change?
Before you change.
Okay, so my mind was, most people I guess, have premarital sex because they be in love with somebody or whatever. But my mind was not like that. I wasn't in love with nobody. I did it more so out of rebellion because I wanted to, I guess, be like every other girl. Because I did have the home training where, don't have sex before marriage. But still, when you're a teenager, I guess you want to experience things that you shouldn't experience, even though you have the wisdom or the teaching not to do so. It was just my own free will. I felt like I could do what I want to do, and the Most High would grant me favor. But it don't work like that, and it can damage you because I have children out of wedlock, which are by of a couple men, when it shouldn't be like that. So that can ruin you, especially if your mindset. Well, I'm gonna say for women, especially if your mind is not strong enough to be like, well, I don't need such and such to cope in life. But because that's something I dealt with. I felt like I couldn't be alone. I didn't want to be alone. And when I was alone, I had to find somebody else.
Right.
So it could be a lot of ways around why premarital sex is so big. It could be out of rebellion just because you want to. It could be an upbringing. Some people come from good backgrounds but still choose to want to be like their friends because their friends might be experiencing other different things.
Right. What's your take? That's heavy. That's good. What's your take on that, brother Mesfin? You have anything to say about that?
Well, I was raised in a home to where my father, he taught us to have multiple women.
Right.
And that wasn't the right thing to do. So that's how I was raised.
You're raised like that?
Yeah, raised like that.
So you didn't necessarily think it was wrong?
At the time, because I didn't have the understanding.
Right, right.
Right.
Yeah. What you, Funk Sway Zay?
Well, since I'm the real truth commentator, I want to bring this out. I actually was going to perform this one, but I'm not. But I wrote something because the Most High allowed me to, come up with it. But wrote this. It says, I don't care about opinions or your feelings. Sure, sex is a good feeling, but it's so overrated. But people tell you to go get your feeling based off your feelings. Now you done ruined your feelings and the wicked spirit done filled in where Yahuwah dwells. So leave them hoes alone. That's what I wrote because,
Shucks.
So that's what I wrote because that's what people tell you. Because why do people have sex? Because of a feeling that they get in their genitals.
Right.
That's the only reason. Your body is responding to that.
We real spill.
Right.
Yeah.
So most of us have sex like that because we just hiding tail.
Right.
Yeah.
And so when you hear something told to you don't have sex, you're like, man, that's crazy. How am I supposed to get rid of this feeling? Man, can I masturbate, watch porn, or somehow I'm supposed to get rid of this feeling? So they want to have an excuse to get rid of the feeling that they're having, or have an excuse to say, oh, well, I got aroused, so therefore I did this. When in reality, you can have self-control, but especially like y'all said, y'all weren't raised, to not have sex before you, but rather it was encouraged. It could be based off your background. And of course, regardless of your background, your body still responds. Most are not no respect of persons. So if you have a body, just like a righteous man got a body, it's gonna happen.
Right.
But so based where you from, you might have sex premarital because it's encouraged. Sometimes people are rebellious, which you do have rebellious people. Sometimes you have people that have been molested, so they feel that it's the only way that they can have the outlet or express themselves. But people don't want to talk about that situation because, premarital sex is praised, especially in music from women and men nowadays. Yeah. So when people tell you, you shouldn't have sex, they're like, man, you crazy. I ain't getting no soul tie, but yet you depressed when they break up with you.
Right. You're right. That's real. Yeah. I was raised up, like Mesfin. I was raised single parent household. My mom, my dad never got married. My mom had me when she was 16 years old. So, I was introduced to that. I seen my grandmama, I'm just being real. I love my family, no hate toward nobody. But, we'll call my grandma boyfriend. Then when his wife answers the phone, we ask for him. Then, we get when he get on the phone, we get her the phone. So I saw that all my life, growing up. So then when I wanted to change my life, and try to really get myself together, instead of me learning the truth about it, I learned religion about it. I learned Christianity, which was the wrong way to go because giving somebody something that's not factual when you get in religion, or you're not giving them the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because they say fornication, flee fornication, you know, and that's all you hear. But somebody like me, I ain't never heard of the word fornication until I was, 21, 22 years old. My mama would find, condoms on the wash machine. She just put them on the side so we all knew where to get one from. If we used them, you know what I'm saying? I got 7 children. I got 4 children with my wife, but I got three children on the outside. So premarital sex, I think in my own opinion, that you should not have sex before, you get married. I think that sex with someone should be out of a covenant, not based out of your emotions. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because you just feel hot in your tail, or you got an erection, you hurt or whatever. You got to get it out. All them lame excuses because you don't take the time, to think about nobody but yourself in them situations.
People don't count the cost who they having sex with.
Yeah, it's more than just child support.
Yeah.
Yeah, because not just that neither. What about the mind and the heart of that child when you decide to be a father or mother irresponsibly, and then you can't even give the emotional support to be there for them? Don't you know that child won't know if you love them one day? Yeah, if you're a deadbeat dad, they gonna feel you don't, regardless of what you say based on your actions. So a lot of times we make decisions, immaturely as young folk, females as well. They do certain things. They go have a kid, then the grandmama raising the child, or they because they can't, without thinking about their child's mental state, that rejection, you leave me, those things come to play. So I think that, when it comes down reality to premarital sex, my own opinion, and of course, we're not making this a religious show, but my faith, and out of wisdom, I think that, it's more harmful than just child support.
Yeah. I mean, also, look at the statistics of it. Your brain, if when you look at science, they say that your brain is not fully developed until you're about 25 years old. That's your mid-20s. So and if you're not married by the time you 25 or 26, you have to have premarital sex, you don't know how to cope right. If that girl goes and have sex with somebody else, or if that guy goes and have sex with somebody else, your mind automatically think, oh, we in a relationship because that's what my feelings tell me. But in reality, y'all never expressed that, well, we was in a relationship. Y'all just made those actions. So guess what? Automatically, your mental state gonna automatically gravitate toward that person. Not knowing like, man, we connected for some odd reason. Oh, what happened? Oh, we had sex. That's why you connected. That's why you're so angry at this person. You don't know how to deal with the situations properly because your brain is underdeveloped. And premarital sex is not good because it's overrated and this is drug. People, you have sex addicts out here. It's a drug when it's used wrong. So premarital sex, you could be prostituting your body at a young age because it feels good, and it also is a way to get money. Or you could be pimping females because it feels good to these dudes and they would pay for it. So it's truly a drug when you don't utilize it the proper way.
Right. Think about that.
That's true.
Man, Fred Sanford said it'd make a man change gods. Facts.
That's
Yes, sir. Make a man come. Hey, I ain't coming home. Take it easy.
I'm done. But I had wanted to say too, it's not always on the males either, because you got females, and I was one of them females that was like that, because I felt like a woman can do the same thing a man can do. We got 2 different body parts, but I can pimp you just like you pimp me, right. And why not? And most males want to say females are hoes, and I'm sorry if that's too explicit.
No, just talk. That's true.
But
about life.
Males are hoes too.
Yes.
Just because y'all got the other part, don't mean that it's still excuse or permissible to do the same because you're doing the same.
Just because
thing.
You can't see the physical evidence.
Yeah, it's still wrong on both ends.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing too that I hate to see that females do go through. They be dogged out, this, that, and the other. But that's why I did what I did, so you can see how it feels to be on the other side.
Right, wrong don't have no gender.
No, it don't.
No, it don't. Yeah, when I was coming up, we call a man, you a player.
Right, you smooth with it, bro.
You're a hustler. Yeah,
Juice man.
Yeah. They lying to you. They blowing your head up. They ain't telling you that you got STDs. You know what I'm saying? They ain't tell you, herpes. It's a very positive. I'm not a positive, a very common STD now. I heard it. Herpes. Man,
Wow.
ain't that something?
That's terrible.
You got to have herpes for the remainder of your life because you chose to do your thing. Or children. You know what I'm saying? Think about this now. Children are important. And we have responsibility. To raise them right. And the Most High said, that if He give them to us, then we got to really train them. Yeah, so imagine you being a deadbeat dad, deadbeat mama, you out there doing your thing, but when time comes to give account for that, you got to give account for that as well. So it's all kind of stuff you got to really necessarily deal with. So you want to doggy style, you want to stand up and in it, all the little
all the positions y'all want to do.
Yeah, I'm just still out here. So what I'm saying is, you better understand when you stood up in, what you stood off up in. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no 2-3 minutes, 4, 5 minutes, 7 minutes. You going, what I'm saying? They last years now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So I think just from that perspective, having sex before marriage, it's not wise.
It's not right.
You know what I'm saying? It's because you gotta learn how to count the cost, in your decision making. You know what I'm saying? And why take chances on your life? Why would you want to gamble with your life? One thing that I think in our own community that we lack is understanding. We don't understand, because people will tell you don't do something and they'll tell you that it's wrong, and you kind of have a small understanding of the word wrong. You know what I'm saying? But you don't understand why what they said is wrong because they don't necessarily give you understanding. So I think that sometimes we don't get no fair shots. You know what I'm saying? So I can't necessarily call us wicked. You know what I'm saying? Or bad about that. I most of call some of us ignorant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not knowing better, because when I found out that it was, wasn't right, I tried to stop. You know what I'm saying? And I slipped off, even after so-called having salvation. So wisdom, I married my wife, and we've been married for 24 years this year. So, and I think it's more beneficial. You got ups and downs, and but once you make that covenant with that person, you realize it's much more than about sex. You can love them for just being their friend, and that's a greater feeling at times than the physical thing. So you got to, learn how to use wisdom in your decision making.
Yeah.
So that's my last one. That subject. Y'all can say what y'all got to say on that. Then we go to the next.
Yeah, I got to go ahead and say something else. Then you got Dumsy Johnsons and Dumsy Karens out here.
Don't say Karen.
Or Janine's. For anybody named Janine, I'm not talking about you. I'm not specifically talking them. But you got people out here who just have sex because of what somebody looks like, not knowing what that person got, not knowing if this person got a husband or a wife, if they got a boyfriend or a girlfriend. That's a murderer. So you gotta really count the cost. Don't just be having sex out there willy-nilly, because you got some people out there that have been set up before because of what vagina or because of what penises do.
Right.
Many people have been dead
because
of that. So you got to count the cost, because although premarital sex feels good at the moment, you got a whole bunch of young dudes dying, being set up. You got a whole bunch of young females being set up to get raped because of what somebody looks like. You never know what's happening. So you got to be careful. So wise decision making is, all right, let me get to know this person. Don't be hasty to credit nobody, because somebody can, like my brother said last week, everybody got a brain, everybody got a motive. Don't be hasty to credit nobody. Prove everything.
Right. Yeah. Real talk. Prove everything. Don't be quick to make friends. There's power in what?
Paying attention.
There's always power in that. Yeah, pay attention. Focus. I used to have a man tell me, pay attention. Pay attention. Yeah, I paid attention. Yeah, he was telling the truth. So it's power in that. So if we ain't got nothing else, you know what I'm saying, on this subject, y'all, we're gonna deal with money. money. Hold on, let me see. I got the beats over here.
Oh wow.
Oh. Yeah, I'm stuck here, son. Oh.
So the one that's lit up turned it off?
Yeah, I can't do it. Y'all gotta forgive me. Have technical difficulties.
So we still learning the whole podcast process, as you see. So the random sounds were not intentional.
Well, the money part was intentional. The laughing part was intentional.
But the other one wasn't.
The other wasn't. Yeah, because the reason we laughed at that because many of us don't have an understanding of finances.
Yeah.
True.
So about us not having understanding finance, then I'm gonna get when I say like this way, I'm gonna get we get Michaela. You can read the comments today. So
All right.
So many of us don't necessarily have an understanding of finances.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We are financially ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Many of us have never heard of savings, having emergency savings as well as a savings. Allowing your emergency savings to be an insurance for your savings, and you ain't got to always go in your savings. We never heard of, many of us don't know how to invest, make investments, to kind of better ourselves. We don't have any kind of financial literacy to learn how to, save money, invest money, build your money up, help other people. That's part of financial literacy as well. So many of us, we most so spend our money on certain things like shoes, you know what I'm saying, clothes. We want to look good. We want everybody to think we got something. But the most I've been around here seeing people who are financially blessed. Financially, you can't tell. True. They're gonna wear some. They gonna have some old Walmart Wranglers on.
Right.
They ain't walking around with no Jabos. They ain't spending $200-300 on those Jordans. They shoes may cost $70. They ain't, everybody ain't walking around with no. Don't be deceived by the adversary with these Facebook videos. People walking around with these purple and yellow and green suits with these alligator shoes. Yeah, one thing I understand just even being street smart. You never want to let nobody know what you got. That's how you get robbed. That's how folks get you. You know what I'm saying? You trying to be Mr. Flamboyant. You know what I'm saying? You trying to go out here, you know what I'm saying? In the wrong manner, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we hear about you on the news because you don't have any kind of, you know what I'm saying, financial literacy or understanding when it comes to money. So we're going to, I thought this subject right here would be a great subject today to let the young folks, discuss some of these things as well because, it starts young. So we're going to let the young folks, discuss it. I'm going to give some input. So Isaiah, you ready for that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry, Michaela. Go ahead and read our comments.
Okay. So we got Kenimation. And he says, you got folks making soul ties out of lust, not thinking about their consequences. Then you got people who do it for money. They say things like, it's just sex. It doesn't matter. And it's for real because people do it for those many reasons. Right. I know a few females who do it for the money and have multiple kids, but that's how they take care of their family. They rather sell their body than go get a real job.
Yeah.
Money.
Which also has
they love money. That's what they do.
Yep. Also dealing with financial that's their financial means.
Yeah.
Selling their bodies. So like you got the dudes that my dad just said being flamboyant or spreading it. They really don't got it, but they acting like they got it.
Boosies.
And then when they get robbed, then you get mad and that's how you get killed because you really didn't have what you was flashing off trying to be big boy or big girl, however you want to say it.
Yeah. You got some statistics on money?
Oh no, I don't.
What do you have for us?
There was I don't have a statistic, but I do have a fact. There was a proverb that was spat last week talking about if you have riches quickly, you did something to get it. Paraphrasing, you did something wrong. Some wickedness is there. Some you have did something incorrect to get riches quickly. You got people with OnlyFans accounts because they love money. You got people prostitutes because they love money, drug dealers because they love money. Yes, they do see it as a means of income. That ain't bad. Good to see it as a means of income, but you love it because why do I say you love it? Because of the things that you are willing to do to get it. Michael Jackson, one of the greatest poets in America, said, anything for money. Would lie for you, would die for you, would even sell my soul to the devil. You got people doing that. That's one of America's greatest poets. He said that. Right. So that's what people do for money. Right. So you gotta, not love money, but learn about money. You go get money because it's not us who get the money. We have ideas from someone who gives us the power to go get money, to do work, to put in the diligence behind it, not to do no OnlyFans account, not to be no drug dealer. If you want to be a hustler, go get a legit job, get real money, so you don't have to be worried about being killed.
Or start a business.
Or start your own business. Because if you know how to hustle drug deal, you know how to start your own business. You know how to talk to people. You know how to do that. If you know how to sell your body, guess what? You know how to talk to people. You don't have to sell your body to get money. Sell product. Sell eyelashes. Sell hair.
Get you a financial advisor.
Yeah, stuff like that. And people from religion, I want to bring this up. I want to ask y'all what y'all think. So, is it wrong to have a lot of money?
No, I don't know.
No.
All right. Why do you say no, Michaela?
I say no, it's not wrong to have a lot of money because you can have all the money you want. It's the ties that you have to that money.
Or the love for that thing.
Yeah, or the love of money is the root to all evil, and which is a difference between being rich and wealthy. You have riches and they can go just as quick as you got them riches, but your wealth goes down. It keeps going even after you're gone because you did something right to keep that up.
Right. And wealth is more than just money. Wealth is a mindset. You're trying to teach an inheritance and legacy. So, you know, it's never good to learn how to be rich.
Right.
To try to seek for riches. You know what I'm saying? It's good to have wealth where you can accumulate and make your money grow. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to get too deep off into technical terms about money because we're going to have a financial advisor that's going to come on the show that's going to give you his information that he's going to be able to give more details in that. But we're going to put your mind on something that you need to learn how to come out of the poverty mindset.
Okay.
We're always trying to be consumers. So poverty mindset is somebody that's always been a consumer. You buying to gain, to have something for yourself, but you never giving. You never investing. You never trying to help other people to be able to bring their mind out of below the bar state. A lot of our people, you know, again, we need to teach on wealth instead of riches, because when you can teach wealth, then you can teach somebody's mind to think, and it can bring them out of the hood. It's not money that bring you out of the hood. It's your mindset.
Yeah.
On what the purpose of money is and finances and wealth is that brings you out of the hood. Because I know a lot of people who make money and still live in the hood, still have a hood mentality. It's just like they never left the hood. They just got money. They worse now. You know what I'm saying? Then I know people who change their mentality, start seeing the benefits of it, start seeing how they can help other people with it, and started making a difference in somebody's life. So I think that religion has blinded us on the facts of money as well. You know, people think that you can, you know, give that money to their pastor and you're going to be rich. You know, press down, shaking together. Let me tell you this, giving your money to an assembly and you think you're going to be rich, you in for a rude awakening. You give to your assembly, you know what I'm saying, because of being out of obedience. That's what you're supposed to do. But you get the wealth and the prosperity based on your obedience. That has nothing to do with no money. So you got to kind of learn how to change your perspective on certain things when it comes to that as well.
Yeah. What about you, Mesfin?
Totally agree with everyone.
You say you totally agree with everyone. What is our comment saying?
So Brother Kenimation says, heck
Brother.
yeah.
Heck yeah.
Act or model or something if you got the looks for it. So if you cute or handsome, go show that pretty face. Then
True.
we got KB says, no, it's not wrong. It's how it's acquired and how it's maintained.
Right.
Stewardship.
Yeah. The reason I asked y'all that because no, it's not wrong to have a lot of money. You had kings on this earth that had a whole bunch of money who did not love their money, who was giving to other people to help other people. So it's what you do with what you have. You don't have to, you can't love money, you have to love people. Because like was mentioned, was a consumer mindset. You trying to bring in. You can do that with money as well. I'm just trying to bring in for myself. The next thing you know, boom, you dead. What you gonna do with that money that you just brought in? You can't even spend it. Right. But if you give out, it's like, man, I feel good helping these other people.
Right.
And you can do that with a lot of money. And it's not wrong to have money. Right. If you're required to work, if we got 6 working days on this earth, right? You got a weekend. And you got to rest. What you doing during that work? You being lazy, ain't getting no money? What, you just working for beans? No, this is 2022. You working for a currency.
Right.
And it's not wrong to get overtime.
Not beans.
Right. And you working for money. And this is what you do. This is the currency of America. You have to understand that. And we see that you got to seek the welfare of the place that you at. not seek them for your help, but find out what's there so you can find out your trade, so you can put your hands to work and understand, okay, this is how I make money at this location.
Right. See, I'm a man that work with my hands. I like working outside. Let me show you a wealth. You know, agriculture. Go get you a farm started. Go plant you a big old garden. You know, big field full of greens. You know, get your farmer's license. Mm-hmm. Now what you can do is you can plant greens, you can plant corn, you can plant certain things. Start your farm. You know, you can give back to your community. You know, not just go try to sell that out to other people, but you can actually help those who are less fortunate. You know, I remember when I was younger, we had a man used to ride through our neighborhood, used to with the farmer's market wagon. We selling peaches and apples and all kind of fruit. That man rode down through that community, man, folks stopping that man. That man got a basket. He selling baskets of peaches, you know, $5, you know, and folks buying their food. Now you building wealth. Now you got a business, you feeding people, you helping people, you're able to give jobs to other people, you're able to do certain things to kind of help change your community. When you get the mindset of wealth, when you have a consumer mindset, you are thinking about you.
Right.
What I gotta do, how I'm gonna be. Well, when you dead, who gonna have what you got? You can't take what you got to the graveyard. I heard my man say, "Ain't no moving, man. Gonna go to the cemetery. It ain't." So how about all the stuff you accumulate? You can be able to pass it on generationally to bring your family from a impoverished state, to change your family's mind, help them see different. You know, especially in our underserved communities. You know what I'm saying? Bad credit and crime, poverty. You know what I'm saying? All kind of violence, and I think it's because of, you know, again, not necessarily because they wicked people, because I don't see that. I'm from the hood, and they wasn't wicked when I was out there. They was more so ignorant, didn't know better, just like I didn't. You know what I'm saying? And when I knew better, I did better. That's the saying. You know better, you do better. So I think we need to learn how to, you know, we need to bring up the subject of finances and money, because we need to learn how to think and begin to start educating our families, you know, on how to give. You know, ain't y'all tired of, you know, we ought to be tired of depending on people. Right. We ought to be tired of EBT. You know, going to the food stamp office trying to get EBT. You ought to be tired of that. I'll be tired of going to the community actions and these places trying to ask them to help you pay your rent. You know what I'm saying? Because you ought to be tired of limiting yourself. Somebody telling you ought to make $7 an hour, $15 an hour, $20. I don't think nobody got right to tell us how to make what kind of money we can make. We make whatever money we want to make.
Right.
I refuse to let a man tell me what I can and can't make. You know what I'm saying? No. He's not the Most High. I believe the Most High has the power to define us. He has the power to determine our destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, you know, I'm going to live based on his rules.
Yeah.
You know, he's the king. I'm a king's kid. So it's my right to have an inheritance. It's my right to have wealth. It's my right to give that on to someone else, not just my own blood family, but those who want to learn better and do better. It's my right to help anybody that wants to be able to learn, to have wealth, to change your mind, to come out of the hood. You know, I got some people, you know, who I know freak out driving to Birmingham because they ain't never been to no traffic. You know what I'm saying? Oh, freaking out. You know what I'm saying? On the interstate going to Birmingham because they ain't never seen that kind of traffic. You know, I used to be like that when I first, you know what I'm saying, changed my life. So I know, you know what I'm saying, the poverty mindset, what it can do to you. You know, so I think we need to start how to learn how to do better, ask more questions, swallow our pride, and learn how to become more independent from the system, from people, and become more dependent upon the Most High and the abilities that He has given us.
Facts. He has given you the power to get wealth. That's an ability that you got. That means you can go get it. You can be a go-getter. Keep Him first.
Right.
Facts.
Right. So are y'all still on this same subject, or we gonna? So what to come and say on that?
Kenimation said, "That's a desire of mine. Get my own fruits and veggies going. Not sure about selling them. They seem better on my own table, but that's why I need to get this entrepreneur mindset thing going."
Compliment sandwich, ain't
Man
it?
said not sure about selling them. Let me tell you something, man. Hey, in order to do anything, you got to start it.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, we heard a quote today. Don't think you got to be great to start. You got to start to be great.
Right. You start it. You ain't got to know which way it's going to go. Just go ahead and just go.
Yeah, that's what the Most High the great.
Yeah, that's what I do, man. I believe, I pray about it. Look here, I'm just going to step out there and go do it. Right. I don't depend on what nobody say to me. You know, let me tell you, don't let people, see, nobody has the right to tell you what you can and what you can't do in your life. Right. Because people can't see what you can do, or they don't see the vision, don't mean you can't do the vision. They ain't you. You. Most High give every man a measure of faith. Faith ain't talking about no going to get no car. Faith isn't believing what he said about your life. You the head, not the tail. You above only, not beneath. So I can go get it and I can persevere. Yeah, you're going to have tough times. That's just part of life, period. You was having tough times when you came into this world. You got babies born dying. That's tough. Some kids born sick. Folks die for no reason in all kind of situations. That's just a part of life. That don't mean you give up because life shows up. No, life shows up. We get rough around here. Yeah, we just don't give up. Now we persevere, period. We don't get no religious mindset. Oh, no. We get up. We talk about real situations with the Most High. We get out and we go get it, period. We don't let our mindset tell us no different than that. Now, I refuse to let my mind tell me what I'm going to do. Now, I'm going to tell my mind what we're going to do. And then any kind of thing come my mind crazy, I just pull that down. Refuse to act on it because it don't make sense to me anyway.
Yeah.
You know, so, no. You got to just learn how to change your mindset and step out there on faith and just believe it, period. If you ain't never done it. Yeah, you might get you a shovel and start shoveling. You might get a sore back. That's just part of it because your back been lazy all this life. But once your back develops the muscles, keep on shoveling.
Super work, ain't it?
So it's all good. So what's our next situation?
David. I'll go ahead.
KB says, buy land and be productive or produce. A double entendre.
Double entendre. Buy land, be productive, and grow produce.
Quit living on Section 8.
Right.
Quit getting what's it called, welfare.
Right.
Go buy you some land.
Right. And that ain't no knock. Cause guess what? I grew up on that.
And I tried to get some.
I had EBT.
Had it at the beginning of my marriage as well. So I understand the mindset.
Yeah.
You know, most of us just don't, you know what I'm saying, want to go out there and work at it. So no, it ain't easy. Yeah, you might get your credit. You might have to get your credit together. You got to just start paying your bills. Yeah, you might have to just sacrifice. You know, eat some vegan. You know, or don't go buy the steak. You know, and build and restore your credit. Pay your bills. Right. You know, to where you can buy what you want to buy, but let that be your goal to restore. Don't have an excuse to stay where you are. No, it ain't. Let me tell you something out here. People don't care. People don't care about you, man. You gotta care. You know, and then some folks will say, you know, they do care only in words. I used to tell my sons this, my children this, all their life. I tell them, look here, man, every smile ain't no friendly face. Every closed eye ain't sleeping, every goodbye don't mean gone. Mm-hmm. So you better pay attention, quit going on what things look like before you. Before smiling in your face, but no. Pay attention. You know, you persevere. You care. That way when nobody else don't, you still do. Right. You just feel better, more encouraged than people do. You know, but if you want your life to be changed, you ain't gotta resort to, you know what I'm saying, selling drugs. I understand that myself. I sold drugs before. A lot, yeah. A few friends, family members that did that still do. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, that's just what they knew at that moment. You know, but when you know better, you do better. Yeah. Learn how to think. You learn how to say, you know what, let me go out there and work with my hands. Right. Get you a trade. You ain't got to go to no college scholarship. Learn something. You guess what? You can go to Burger King, work at Burger King, and be there for a certain amount of time with no degree. And you can learn what that manager doing. You can buy your own franchise. Yeah, without a college degree. So you can learn, you can do something when you put forth the effort. You know, so that's all.
Can I say something real quick? Yes. So we can keep everything positive. I know we see some.
Wait a minute.
Down in the chat.
Wait a minute. Naked HD.
There you
go. ain't no online strips. We ain't stripping. We ain't naked.
Thank
you.
So
you need to get somewhere with the shenanigans.
Yeah, that's the bot. Yeah, you know the robots thing. Be coming out here.
Yeah, we ain't no naked HD.
Nah, we don't do none of that. None of that. Right. As a matter of fact, we were just speaking against that. So look at that bot coming in here. You disturbing the atmosphere, man.
Man said naked HD.
Shalom, Sister Sharia.
Shalom,
Miss Pakai. So our next subject is what?
Endurance and effort.
Put that on Isaiah right there.
And you were just talking about it. You were just talking about continuing to push, right, which segued perfect into this topic, because endurance, there are a few instances, quite a few instances that we see that you have to continue to endure in life.
Come in, yes.
School, working out, belief, you got to continue to work at it. And if you look at endurance and effort, they go hand in hand. You can't have endurance without any effort, and you can't have any effort without endurance. They go hand in hand. You have to have endurance and effort. That's the only way that you get out of the impoverished mindset. That's the only way that you get out of the mind state that you're in.
Right.
Endurance and effort. Yeah, well, guess what? Even while you're trying to endure and put forth effort, people are going to come into your life because life don't ever stop, just as time don't ever stop. Right. And be a distraction. They are. They're going to come and they're going to talk to you. They're going to say stuff that you don't agree with, that you know is contrary to what you have learned. They're going to say all that, and they're going to try to throw you off your game. What you have to do is still put forth effort and still endure regardless of what they say, because, yeah, you're going to have the crowd talking to you. The crowd there for a reason. They here to talk to you. You just got to learn how to not be distracted and endure, even though what they got going on. And I want to tell the truth about it. If I'm the real spiel commentator, I want to say, guess what? The crowd sounds so good sometimes. Yeah. It sounds so good to quit. It sounds so good to rest. It sounds so good to sleep. It sounds so good to give up. It sounds so good to walk away. It do. Trust me, to the flesh, it sounds so good to, man, when you working so hard and it's sweating, it's 95 degrees outside in Alabama, you cutting the grass, you get hot, you ain't got no water, you want to quit. It sounds so good to your mind at that moment, man, quit, man, these heavy boots on your feet, bro. You've been cutting this yard for 2 hours, it feel like. You see how hot it is? Yeah, and it sounds so good. Those they sound good, but what you got to do, man, I'm out here hustling, I still got to cut this yard. If I don't work, I don't eat. So regardless of the pressure and the heat and what the crowd's saying, what my mind's saying to me, I got to learn how to endure. And in that endurance, I got to put forth the effort to endure. Because if I don't put forth that effort, I will never endure.
Right. And you know, there's a saying, you frame your word by the words you speak. You know, so quit saying it's hard. You know what I'm saying? The way of a transgressor is hard.
Right.
You know, life is life.
Mm-hmm.
Life ain't hard. Life is hard when you don't know your way. It's hard when you don't have no guide because you lost. So what you got to do is get found. And you got to learn how to be found without being religious. Right. You got to learn how to be found by asking the Most High, Yahuwah, to help you to learn how to endure, not give up, not be depressed, not give in. Because most folks, you know what I'm saying, that's what they do when they go through, they want to stop. You know, I remember when I was younger, I was going bald, you know, on the side of my head, y'all, from stressing, going to the hospital, you know, getting shots in the hip, trying to go to sleep because stressing. You know what I'm saying? Want to get weak Willie the Wimp. You know what I'm saying? Pity party king. You know, if anybody had the biggest pity party, I had a block party, a pity. You know what I'm saying? Woe is me. You know, don't nobody care about me, don't nobody love me. Ooh, all that. You know, I had a hard life. My mama and them didn't kill. My daddy wasn't there. You know, man, hey, okay. You done all your crying, all that snot that came out your nose and got on your shirt and your jaws and you all that. Dried up boogers across the top of your tip, your nose. You gonna have to still get up, wash your face, brush your teeth, comb your hair, and you gotta keep on pushing. Yeah. You can't have a mindset. See, you can't let one event ruin your whole day. It's 24 hours in that thing. An event might be 5 minutes. Look here, and do them 5 minutes, you that hour kind of knock you off your game. Next hour, push on. You don't stop. You gotta learn how to push, and you gotta walk by faith. That's just the bottom line. That ain't religion. That's truth. Walk by faith and not by sight. You gotta learn how to believe it. Period. Because it was spoken. So you can't be moved by what you think, how you feel. You can't be giving up, and that's in everything in life. Not just. I'm talking about marriage. I've been married 24 years. It ain't always a feeling thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a covenant. Raising children. Man, they're going to do some stupid stuff. They're going to hurt your feelings. All kind of stuff like that. But you don't stop loving them. You still continue to raise them. You still continue to see that's your child. That's how you do it with your life. You don't stop. You push. You understand that you got stuff that you need in your life to make it. Then you're not living here just for yourself. You got a whole family looking at you. Yeah. And whether you like it or not, you got other folks on the outside looking at you. Right. And if you quit, just what if they quit? Right. Blood on your hand. Yeah, so you got to learn how to push anyway. Yeah. If you want to go crazy and you want to shout and cuss and act a fool and get drunk, go to the bathroom, shout, cuss, cuss, all that. Then when you come out, and keep on pushing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't no giving up. Now we don't never quit. Go ahead.
Endurance and effort. That's true. I was always taught to never give up, and there's been so many times that I was this close to giving up. But if you give up, you're not just hurting yourself, you hurting everybody else down the line because you gave up out of being selfish and out of being in your feelings. So you have to put forth that effort to be able to push. Yes, it's hard. Yes, you be wanting to give up. Yes, sometimes you're going to cry. Yes, sometimes you might just have to lay there, cut the lights out, whatever you got to do to get back to where you need to be. Because if you quit, then you have been defeated. And you don't want to be the one that's being defeated. You want to be the one that's defeating the other.
You want to be the victor.
Yeah, the victor, yes.
Yes, victor.
So, yeah, with enduring, push, keep looking forward. Don't look back. Because the moment you look back, it's going to look appeasing. Then you might be like, hey, okay, I might go on back. But if you keep pushing, you will have a breakthrough.
Right.
Breakthrough, freedom. Yes, I don't want to say temptation, so I'm going to say peer pressure. Yes, the pressure is for real. People going to talk all the time. That's what people do, talk. But you have a choice. You have a free will. You can choose to or you can choose not to.
Right.
So hopefully your choice will be to choose to keep pushing. Right. Put forth the effort every day to keep pushing to be what you want to be. What you have to do for your family, what you have to do for yourself. Never quit.
Right. Did you have anything you want to say on that, Miss? So y'all, we ain't gonna have enough time to get to the next discussion, because we got to give some announcements and stuff. But I want to say this, we don't stop.
Yeah. I got a couple things I want to say about it.
Yes, we don't stop. It's always somebody looking at you. Mm-hmm. You gotta learn how to quit living your life just for you. That's how I've learned, and I'm still learning. To make it. That I don't live just for me. I got sons looking at me. I got people looking at me. I got to keep what I say. It's just like just we're gonna throw the Most High. I gotta throw the Most High. He's my father too. I ain't gonna never be ashamed of him on the same
period.
Yeah. So. It's just like the Most High. When the Most High speak, he speaking His word toward us. We go by faith, not by sight. So when He speaks something to us, we got to do what He says to do, and we got to believe in that. And that'll help you not live for yourself as well. It'll help you to hang on in there. When you got children looking at you, you got people looking at you. If you quit, they quit. If you don't make it, where they hope gonna go to? I wasn't raised with a father, but I had a big mama. And I had my mama. I saw my big mama be strong. I don't care what she did in her life. That was my grandmama, and I loved her. And she was strong. She had a whole lot of folks, stay at her house. She helped people off the street come in her house and stay. I've seen that ain't strangers who she fed, during times of struggle. When she didn't have it to give, she still did it, period. To me, that's amazing. That's a whole other cloth, some of people that she cut from. But guess what, you all? We that's on the inside of us. We stronger than we think. You know what I'm saying? We're the descendants of slaves. Whether you know it or not, whether you understand or not, you're an Israelite, you Hebrew. That's who you are. That's the African American. And that's not a religion. That's your nationality. And in that, your ancestors were slaves. Yeah, because our own disobedience, we did wrong. But we survived slavery. You got to remember, folks died on them boats. Feces on top of each other. They boo-booed on one another. Dead bodies on each other. Urine on each other. Rats on the boats. Roaches, the American roach come from Africa. On the boats. They endured hostility for 9 months. 10 months, a year, months coming across that ocean. Some died. Some gave up and committed suicide. Some came over here and lived. Went through humility. Went through being torn down to live for you. See, some had to be strong for you. So why we want to talk about they being weak, they were strong for you because you wouldn't be here without them. They were strong for you. You got to learn how to be strong for other people. Yeah, life going to be hard, but you got to learn how to be strong for other people. You know, we got to look into the Messiah, who's the initiator of our faith. He endured, you know, the fight against sin. Think about that when you want to give up in your mind and have a nervous breakdown. Yeah, because you never fought like that. So what you going through, you can handle. You can overcome. He'll never put no more on you than you can bear. Yeah, now I ain't say it wasn't hard. I ain't say it wasn't tough. I said he'll never put no more on you than you can bear. So if it come your way, he said you can handle it. He spoke over you. You just got to be able to turn and stand. So with that, I'm going to let Isaiah say what he's going to say. Then we're going to give our announcements, and we're going to, what else? Announcement, recognitions, and
Yeah.
get out of here. Go ahead, son.
2 things real quick. So my dad didn't have a father in his life, nor did his brother, or nor did his 2 brothers that have the same dad as him. But my dad is married now and is in my life. So you see that he broke the generational curse, but you got to understand that before he broke the Most High, the Most High allowed my father to do that. But before that, my dad had to go through those thoughts in his mind that is he going to be a good dad to his kids because he saw his daddy. You know, sometimes that's how you feel, or that's how I feel. I don't want to say you specifically. That's how I feel with going to college. I'm the first man on my daddy's side of the family to go to college and finna complete it.
First man on my daddy's side of his family ever graduated high school. So
guess what? I ain't trying to compare situations. I'm trying to show you that it's tough for everybody. I graduated high school first. I had to continue to push through that. There were times I wanted to give up at high school. There was a time I almost gave up at college. I failed all my classes almost a whole year ago. You see, we all get down that low for real. So it's just we not just saying this to be no motivational speakers. Heck no. If I was wanted to be a motivational speaker, I start a YouTube channel, go around trying to encourage people. That ain't what I'm doing.
This real spill what?
Yeah, 101.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been through wanting to give up. I wanted to quit. I've had suicidal thoughts, wanted to quit, almost listened to them.
Right.
But I had in my mind, man, I ain't finna give up. There is always a constant battle. You can't give up, even if you feel like it. Even when sometimes you're gonna feel torn, but what you gotta do is do the right thing. And the right thing, it gonna feel bitter at first. But I guarantee you, the process when it comes to fruition is gonna be sweet as honey, even if it seems bitter at first. I don't even want to call it tough no more, nor do I want to call it hard. Life is life. It is life, and when life gives you lemons, you gotta make lemonade. Because if you don't make lemonade, your life gonna be sour, and eventually them lemons gonna spoil, and you gonna die.
Right.
Because spoiled fruit, they die. You
Right.
don't want to die,
Right.
and so you gotta endure and make that lemonade.
Right. And guess what? If it's raining on your head, you gotta learn how to dance in the rain.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to Gene Kelly type action.
Yeah. And life throwing you lemons, you gotta learn how to make lemonade.
You got to.
Yeah. If you're going through hell, look, you don't stop.
Yeah.
If you catching hell, don't
Drop
hold
it.
it. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead. You know.
Yeah.
You gotta give yourself some you gotta kill your mindset of them faith robbing phrases, and give yourself some good words, good thoughts. We all gotta work on what we say, how we say certain things out of anger, emotions, or whatever. Because I know I've said stupid stuff often.
Same.
I gotta work on, but we gotta learn how to on purpose start saying positive things.
Intentional.
You know. Words of faith from the scriptures, not your own mindset. Ain't no manifestation. We don't live based on them principles. We live based on faith. So we gonna quote what the word of the Most High say, and we gonna say those things to give us affirmation.
Yes.
To build our confidence up to be able to walk in those things. I'm telling you, it worked. You know how I know that? Because I'm a living, testimony. So with that being said, we're gonna let Michaela go ahead and give the announcements, and then we're gonna shout out and everything. Yeah, all that we're gonna end.
All right, first I'm going to give a shout out to all our viewers on today. So I'm going to go down the line. Shout out to KBKB. Shout out to Kinimation.
Shalom.
Shout out to Pauline White.
Hey.
Shout out to Deborah Hoskins.
Shalom, prophetess.
Shout out to Ashir Yabatya.
My sister, TT.
Shout out to Gina B. Direct.
Gina, I know who you is. Be direct, girl. I want some of them snow cones too. We got to get something. Come on down here and get on the show with us as well. And hey, sponsor.
I think this is a different Gina. She over here saying Con or Kane for
Oh, I thought it was my sister. My bad. I'm sorry.
What's up, new Gina with the same spelling?
Well, my bad. New Gina with the same spelling. I'm sorry, but you still cool.
Shout out to all y'all. Appreciate everybody for watching out. So, with that being said, announcements. Celebrate Pesach on April 16th. Location will be announced next week. Observation, Unleavened Bread, April 17th through the 23rd. Also, we have our weekly Shabbats. Saturdays, Torah class at 9:45. Shabbat fellowship at 12:45. Shabbat services at 2 p.m. You can look on Ahav Love Ministries on YouTube, also on Facebook. Shalom.
Shalom. Also, go to don't forget to go on the website and look up Fieldstone Resorts.
Yeah.
Great place to visit. They are our sponsors for the day. Go check them out. Check their website out. Affordable prices, nice, beautiful atmosphere, beautiful people. It's out in the bag of chips. As a matter of fact, it's out in the chip factory.
You wouldn't want to leave.
You wouldn't. Your heart gonna be cleaved.
The first time I went up there, man, look, I fell in love.
Yes.
And didn't want to come home, but we had to come on back to the house. But go there. Also, if you got some pests, bugs, and stuff biting you, flies, wasps, mosquitoes, ants, everything, go to pestking.com. www.pest-king.com. Let the best battle your pests. You got me standing on the ones and twos, killing the bugs, giving them the blues. Anyway, do we have anything else we want to say?
And I'm coming through as a Jew, but that means junior, but double entendre. You feel?
Oh my
double entendre. So with that, y'all, hey, we'll talk to y'all later. Shalom.
Shalom.